Hi, my name is Earl Maghirang. I own the Fanboy SEO.com and I've been running the website for about 10 years now, and I am a blogger by profession. I usually do a bit of everything, but mostly it's about pop culture. So it's comic books, toys, video games, movies, which is why we're here at the Mason Directors Club. Also do a lot of tech. I do tech reviews and also do food and travel once in a while. There's always a lot of people who's interested in comics and movies, video games, and toys. So yeah, you build your traffic eventually from that. You have to put in your own personal spin. So if you see me the way I talk, that's pretty much how I write my articles. It's always about I, or it's always the first person. So the readers know that this is one person's opinion and not the brand's opinion. Because sometimes I come in and I have contributors, right? So they have their own articles, they have their own styles. But they know it's me if I put a little bit of cussing once in a while, if I'm pissed off, or I'm very happy, I write good stuff about it, I praise it and almost kiss their asses, things like that. Yeah, I'm going to admit I'm old, but the things that I like are also the things that kids like most of the times. So even if you're like 15, you still like games, you still like Dota, you still like playing with your PS4. So that connects me with and there's always people who like certain comic books or things like that. So since my approach to my website it's a big chop suey, or it's a big kare-kare, there's always something for everybody to enjoy or to come back for more. Eventually, brands will notice you. Like in my example, before I got even invited to watch premieres or movie premieres, I was just a scrappy guy buying tickets always. No matter how expensive the ticket is, I'll buy that, I'll watch that, I'll review that. Eventually, I got in touch with the people who are inviting, or the PRs, publicists who are running the movies, and then they invited me. You put yourself out there, you make friends, you make genuine connections with people. You'll eventually get more networks, or get more people who actually have the power to provide you with these things. Like if you're friends, if you actually become like this close or barkada with tech bloggers, you'll eventually come into contact with the PRs who are sending like free phones, or they lease out the phones for 3 months, 4 months, things like that. Budgeting, or having money to budget for everything, because it's not easy to pay for hosting and domains. Though like a few years ago they were cheap, but now it's like going around 4,000 pesos for a domain. So you have to find, if it's renewal time and you don't have enough budget yet, you're in for a trouble. It's a lot of funds, but eventually, here's the thing that I always tell people who want to become bloggers: don't rely on blogging. As much as it's fun that you go out and you have a family to feed, you have yourselves to clothes on, to buy clothes on, and things like that. The money that you earn from blogging, it's not going to be enough. It's barely going to be enough to raise a family. So it's better that if you like blogging, you can just do that, but always find the perfect balance with your job, with something that will actually put food on your table. And always prioritize that. Always be sincere, be kind, and always take negativity, or always take criticisms in a good way, because those are the things that you'll always have bashers, and always have critics, no matter how good you write. Even if it's a Nobel Prize piece about thermonuclear dynamics, or if you're blogging about something that you've only discovered, you're the first person to discover something that's really great, or something that's really fabulous, there will always be critics who will dissect your work. And you just have to take out the good from you have to separate the good from the bad. So if that critic says this and this and this, and they actually make sense, take that to heart, and just block out all the negative things that they're going to say. Also, it's not wrong for young bloggers, bloggers who are starting up. It's not wrong to be called ambisyoso. There's nothing wrong being ambitious. as long as you're not going to step on other people's foot, or rather, you're not going to step on other people, it's going to be okay. Again, always find balance in what you do. You can't just say you're going blogging full time and you forget about your friends, your family, and you focus on that. That's wrong. You need to find a work-life balance, so to speak, for when you do blogs. And then also invest in good gear. So technology is always a friend if you know how to use that. Cameras, power banks, mobile phones, laptops will always be helpful. Know the right ones, or if it's possible, the very first step you do is research on the right material or the right gear to bring, and you're all set for that. Just write what you love. I had the same problem back then. I was, in terms of Facebook stats, I was already hitting 40,000. And then the national election comes in, I post a couple of political stuff, and then the next thing I know, my page is down, and my website is out. It was hacked. So I start from zero. Imagine how painful that was for me. But because I've established my brand, and I still continue up to this day, write about the things that I love, and it doesn't really bother me if people read that or not, because for me I'm writing for myself. I love to read my stuff. That's a big motivation enough to keep going every day, regardless of whatever BS you have, whatever BS you encounter every single day.